Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so happy to be here with you. I am bringing you the Fond of Autumn bundle this week, and it is an amazing bundle set. So it comes with this awesome stamp set and these great dies, but today I'm pairing it with this fantastic die set, which is the Fabulous Frames dies, and I'm using this frame right here. It is a really cool frame die, and it is this one right here that you can see. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to go about it. So we're going to start with a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 inch paper. And if you want some more information about this bundle, my first video, which at the end of this one, I'll have a link for you to go back if you didn't get to see the video from yesterday. And I did go into more detail about this bundle itself. So we're going to take this 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece. We're going to join our corners like so. Grab our bone folder and give this a nice burnish. So our card will open in this direction. I have a piece of shaded spruce, which is 3 3/4 by 5 inch. And the DSP that I am concentrating on today is our Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. We're going to use this really pretty bright colored fall leaf pattern from there. And it's a hostess item, which means that if you spend $150 or more, you can get it for free. Or if you host a party that hits $150 in total sales, you can also choose it for free. So it is quite a cool pack. It has like 45 sheets of paper in there. It's just insane. Like so many pieces of paper, or 48 sheets of paper. And it's a really thick paper pack, not like our normal DSP packs that you see. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 layers together, get those out of the way. You can see the back side is just as pretty as the front, but we want that leaf pattern today. So that is what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive on this pretty plus pattern. All right. And so this 3 5/8 by 4 7/8 piece of DSP is going to be layered onto this piece of 3 3/4 by 5 inch. And what I love about using the wet glue is that you can wiggle it around and get it to work. And then let's go ahead and attach it onto the front of our card. This glue is very economical as well. A little goes a long way. All right. So let's go ahead and center that. And like I said, I like to make sure that it's straight before I press it down. All right, so that's what we have so far. On the inside of our card, we're going to stamp some words that say happy thoughts of you. We're going to be using our shaded spruce ink pad, and we're going to stamp some leaves. We're going to get the inside of this stamp out of the way. And we're going to use happy thoughts of you. So let's go ahead and ink that up, and we'll place that right here in the center. Precious. I love this font on this stamp set. All right, I'll clean that in a second. When I clean my leaf, I'm going to take my leaf stamp and I'm going to stamp it a cluster of 3 leaves in the corner. So I'm going to stamp one here. Whoops, I missed one. I'll have to overlap it like this and no one will know. All right, and here's my last leaf. There we go. All right, so as you can see, the leaf on the inside are colored. So I'm going to show you how I did that. But first, I'm going to clean my stamps real quickly because I don't want to stick my hand in them by accident or put them down on my project. All right, now they're clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our blender pens. So they come in a 3-pack, and all of them are the same. So you just have to pull one out. And you're going to use the point, and you're going to follow the veining on these leaves. And I'm just pulling that green out like that on my 3 leaves. Okay, see how pretty? And then I'm going to use some Wink of Stella, and then I'm going to show you, you can use a scrap piece of paper. I keep scrap paper on my desk, so let me grab one. And you purge that color from your blender pen until it runs clear. You can see that it now is running clear. Even though the tip is stained, it's still running clear, so it's ready for my next project next time I'm going to use it. You can use it to color with your ink pads if you do not have markers or blends yet. So it's a really versatile tool, the blender pens. I'm going to add some Wink of Stella because I love sparkle, and since we're going to have some sparkle on the outside of the card, I wanted to add some also to the inside. And it's just basically this pen with glitter, and it is a little harder to see on camera, but there is some glitz in there. I think you can see it now. All right, so let's go ahead and close this up, and let's work on the outside of our card. So with that really cool die set that I was talking about earlier, which is the Fabulous Frames dies, I use this die right here. And what it does, as you can see, is it die cuts, but it also indents. And it cuts the center out as well. So you get this frame, put it over a photo if you want, or over another image. But I wanted ahead and cut it out of 2 colors so that I had one in Sahara Sand and one in the Shaded Spruce, because I wanted my inside to be a lighter color. And we're going to stamp that inside with the words, "I'm so fond of you." And like I told you, I love this stamp set. I love the fonts that are on it. I think it's so pretty. So we're going to ink that up. We're going to stamp that kind of sort of near the top, but down slightly. All right, so there is that. I'm going to clean my stamp. Now, I have also stamped my large image in my Fond of Autumn set, and it's this major, huge stamp here. It fits, if you cut a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, you can get 2 of them out of a 1/4 sheet. You stamp one this direction, then you flip it, and you can stamp another one, and you can die cut 2 of them out of a 1/4 sheet. So what you're going to do is go ahead, and I stamped it in Memento Tuxedo Black. This is what it looks like. And this is how it is when you're done stamping it. So we are going to color. We only need this middle section, okay? So we're going to color our leaves. We're going to color our acorns. So I'm going to start with light soft suede. I'm going to start with my acorns. And I'm going to do the base in light soft suede. I'm using the bullet tip right now. I like using the bullet tip because to me, I can control it. Can't control the brush tip as well. So there's that, okay? Now I'm going to come back with the dark, same, soft suede, and I'm going to go over these artist lines right here on the side of these acorns, and then I'm going to do the acorn cap a little darker. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and connect all of those spots there. And then I'm going to take my light again, and I'm just going to go over to blend that darker where it meets the light acorn. Do that bottom section one more time. And it's going to blend it, but it's going to look like it has some shading over that one side. All right, let's move on to the next color. Let's do the dark green leaf. So the dark green is Shaded Spruce, and I'm going to start again with my light color. And I am going to take this leaf here off to the side, and we'll make this one Shaded Spruce. So I'm just kind of going around first, and I like to outline my image so that I don't go outside the lines, and then I fill in, and kind of that outline kind of prevents me from going outside the line. Not that I've never done it, I have, but it helps. Okay, so there's the lighter color. And now we're going to do the veining, just how we did and shaded the acorns. We're going to do the veining on the leaves, and we're going to go over it in the dark shaded spruce. So it's nice when you buy the blends, you get both colors. And I'm just going to go over and kind of blend it in. All right, so there's that. I'm also going to use the light shaded spruce to do these kind of curly cues. So I'm just following the little lines here and doing those curly cues. All right, let's move on to our next color. Let's do the Daffodil Delight. Again, we're going to start with the light. And this real big leaf here is going to be our daffodil leaf. So I'm going to go around like I did the first time and fill in all the way around my leaf. And once I've done that, see how fast you can color with these blends? They bleed into the paper, so you color super fast. All right, so there is that one. Let's do the veining just like I showed you before. Just like that. And then I'm going to use the lighter color to blend that in. And it just doesn't stand out quite so stark when you use the lighter color to blend it into itself. Okay, so there's that color. On to Poppy Parade. Again, we're going to start with the light Poppy Parade. I'm going to do these little rounded leaves as well. So we'll start with those. You can see how I outline them first, and then I fill them in, and how fast you can fill those in. Look how quick that was colored. We have one leaf left. We're going to do this one here. All right, fantastic. Let's go over the veining with the dark. And on this as well. And I also want to add a little shadow kind of here because they're tucked in. And we're going to go back over again, just like I showed you before, over those marks with the light to blend it in. Same here. All right, that's all the coloring for this image. Now, these pieces are separate. Now, when you see the stamp, it's one big image. But the way that the artist designed this awesome stamp set is that you do have the dies that cut out this entire piece as one unit. And this is the die that does that, okay? It'll cut the whole piece out. Now, I don't want that today. I just want the center section that has these acorns. So I'm going to use this die. And you see how it has them separated? So this die here is going to separate them for me. We're going to go ahead and run it through the die cut machine. Hopefully this mini will fit it. I didn't really test it, so hopefully it will fit on there. Yeah, I just need to cut some of these little extra pieces off of here. All right, let's throw these away. All right, so let's get the mini machine out. I love this little puppy. It's so tiny and cute. All right, so we're going to take our platform and put that in. And then we're going to take our well-loved #2 plate, put our piece down, and let's put our die over the top. And we're just going to line it up so that you can see the black outline on all of the images. Okay. Oops, I just moved it, of course. I'm good about that. And you can use a piece of Post-it note tape, you can use washi tape, or you can roll with it how I do most of the time. And I play with fire. So I'm just going to put my plate over the top, and I'm going to push it through my machine. All right, let me hold the top to help me crank it. And I'm moving my mat everywhere. Sorry, guys. I hope I didn't make you dizzy. All right. So here's my plate. When I lift this up, whoops, that one came with it. I have this piece cut out, which is what we're going to use. And then I have this floral image, and I have 2 pieces with the berry. Okay, so I can use these on other projects. So I'm just going to put them off to the side, and then this piece I'm going to discard all of that paper into my little trash bin here next to me. So that is why I love this design, because when you use this die, you can get a grouping instead of having to use the entire large image for everything. So we're going to take this piece here and this piece here, and here's our frame. And we are going to put dimensionals on the back of this middle section. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals. We'll start with these. We're going to put 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle. Okay, and then for this frame, I'm going to put 1 of these. I think I am out. So I will cut. What's cool about these is that you can use the edges. So I'm going to cut that piece, and I'm going to pull the backing off. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to use minis. I'm going to put a mini there, and a mini there, and then 2 more, 1 there, 1 here. All right, and that should be good enough. So let's go ahead and bring our card in, and we're going to start by lining this up, figuring out where we want it on our card, and when we're happy with the placement, I'm just going to let that sit there like that and wait. I'm going to pull the backs out with my Take Your Pick tool. You guys know I love using the pointed end to take these out. And if you have never been here, it's a game changer. All right. The piece that I used to die cut this was 4 1/4 by 3 inches, and it's what got me this frame. And you can do it twice, and then you'll have a frame in Sahara Sand, and you'll have a frame in Shaded Spruce. So there's that piece. Now let's pull the backs off of the frame. You can also attach the frame together with dimensionals and glue the whole thing down as a unit. I did it separate this time, but you don't have to. All right, so here is this, and we're gonna go ahead and lay that. All right, so there's my frame. And now we are gonna lay this on here. Now, we don't want it to stick out, but on the pieces that overhang, we're gonna go ahead and put a dimensional on those. So again, because I've run out of the big ones, I'm just gonna snip these ends. I like using all my pieces because, I mean, you paid for it, right? So you might as well get your money's worth. So I'm going to put this one on this corner like that. And I think I'm going to put some small ones right here. And then that's all I need, just a couple of these little ones. All right, come on. Let's put them on this leaf here, right here and right there. All right, the rest of it is going to be on top of my frame. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the back. You can see that I stamped it twice. I didn't like how it was, but you can use both sides. Paper has 2 sides, thank goodness. And I'm going to go ahead and put some wet adhesive on the rest of this die cut. And I'm going to go ahead and place this where I want it. Perfect. All right, we're going to use our Wink of Stella. I'm going to get these blends out of the way. We're going to use our Wink of Stella. And in these little intricate parts, I'm just sticking the point, and I'm just using it like a pen or a brush, and I'm just drawing with glitter and it's clear except for the glitter. So when it dries, and it's not tacky or sticky, if you haven't tried this Wink of Stella pen, it's amazing. So see how it adds that little pop of glitter. And then I'm also going to go ahead and add it just down the middle of all of these leaves, just to add a little bit of extra sparkle and on my curly cues. All right. And then the final step is I'm using the Brush Metallic Adhesive Back Dots, and I'm using the gold ones. So I'm going to use the other side of my Take Your Pick tool. And we're going to take a large one, put it right there, and a small one, put it near it, and then another, let's do a small one over here. All right, I'm going to separate these a little. They're too close. There we go. Oh, I think I pulled the back off of it. Let me see if I can lift it. There we go. Let's separate them just slightly. That's much better. All right, so there is our cute card. I'm going to show you the inside again because we did work on that first so that you don't forget. I'll bring my stamp set back in here. So we used the Fond of Autumn bundle. And we used this awesome Fabulous Frames dies. I always forget the names of everything. All right. And this was our amazing card. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the process, enjoyed watching me put this card together. Please hit me up by giving me a thumbs up, a comment. Let me know what you think of the project. The DSP was 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. The Shaded Spruce was 3 3/4 by 5. The Sahara Sand, which is the main card, was 4 1/4 by 11. And then I used a piece of Shaded Spruce and Sahara Sand that I used about 4 1/4 by 3 inches, and then about the same size for the big stamped image. I just used a 1/4 sheet, but that's what the inside looks like. So on the outside, it says, "I'm so fond of you," and then it says, "Happy thoughts of you" on the inside. I hope that you enjoyed this card. Thanks for being here with me. I'm so grateful to have you, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!